if you're looking for work, eventually for most people, you're going to feel that the most marketable thing about you is a bottle of Tramadol you never finished. What can you do to find a job? I have no idea. Why am I pretending that I have a clue? It's a long, slow process. You have to not only just apply, but keep working at it. You have to tailor your resume. You may have a resume that's geared towards a very specific career path or job. Think about if you can emphasize different parts of your experience or reorder it. When you apply, especially the biggest of big companies, it's not HR people that are reviewing. It's not a hiring committee. There's algorithms that are looking at all the emails and picking out keywords. Probably not the most fair system for screening individual candidates with specific skills that are good for a job, but it makes sense for them to do it that way. You're going to use the buzzwords that are common in that field so that if it is a computerized system, it's going to pick up on those words. If you're applying somewhere where it's going to be looked at by people, you're going to want some of those words, but you're also going to want to have your resume look the most compelling. And generally what I'm going to get at in this is update your resume. There is no single tried and true format that works for a resume. There are different preferences among different fields, different hiring managers, different communities you'll find on the internet about what goes where. The important thing is make sure it's current and correct. Cover letters are a tricky animal. Some people, hiring people, really loved looking at cover letters, really got a feel for the person out of them. I generally didn't spend a lot of time on cover letters. It's kind of a personal choice. That said, you're better off doing a better one than you are not putting the time into it. You don't want to put your entire life story in there. You don't want to get really irrelevant. And I say this knowing that someone out there knows that because they mentioned they broke their leg in a third grade soccer game and the hiring manager happened to play in that game, they got a job. There's always exceptions. There's always going to be quirks. By and large, though, the more on point and business-like you make it, the better it's going to be. Anywhere you need to submit paperwork, the more on point and direct you make it, the better. I interviewed I don't know how many people over the years, and there were some good ones and there were some bad ones, but by and large, best ones were the one where the person came in confident yet humble. If you come into an interview and you start telling the interviewer how you do their job better, most people aren't looking to hire someone that's going to interfere with the operations. They want someone that's going to make their job easier. Come in receptive to learning, talking about what you know, but that you're not king of the mountain. Also going to want to come across like you know your stuff. It's okay to be nervous in an interview. Most of us are. Even the people sitting across the table from you are going to have some nerves sitting down talking to you for the first time. That's completely normal. You can't let those nerves control you. Whatever you're applying for, that they've asked you for an interview means you've got some potential. There's something about you they want to talk to you about. So those are just a couple quick job hunting tips. Make sure your resume is proper for the job, that it's current and correct. Make sure your cover letter, if one's required, is on point. Addresses what they want to address, tells a little about you without being the 4-volume set of your life story. And if you're going for an interview, I suggest confident yet humble. So those are just some job hunting ideas coming from me, a guy who's home and talking to a camera at 1:15 in the afternoon. Take them for what they're worth, but I hope it helps.